Hey guys, what's going on? What's happening? It's me, Tomo here, coming to you live today, this Friday morning here from Tahiti, from my sanctuary. How you guys doing? Hopefully everybody's doing fantastic. This is a very quick pop-up live today. I didn't do any advertisement of this, so I didn't let anyone know that I'm coming live. So it's a really pop-up to see who kind of shows up. And the whole idea for this live call today is to give you guys an idea what's happening tomorrow as we are doing the Clarity and Goals free event, a free workshop for anyone that's available and wants to show up and gain some more clarity, set some better goals for this year of 2021. So just off the bat, let me know if you're joining in me live right now, or if you're looking at this from a replay. Let me know, where are you tuning in? Are you from LinkedIn or are you from Facebook? As we are live on both platforms and both channels simultaneously. And just straight away, I'm gonna drop in the link here into the chat box for the LinkedIn, for a LinkedIn live event that's happening. I'm just gonna put it right there. Um, there we go. And it looks like we're probably gonna be not able to do it on stream it to, or actually send that link to LinkedIn. But for that reason, I'm also going to put a Facebook event here, the event page, so you guys can see those, both of those links over there. If you yet to join, if you are yet to sign up, please do so. I have, or we have, as well. I'm doing this workshop in as a guest speaker. I have coming Marek Kamiński, who is extremely famous polar explorer from Poland, who I was fortunate to spend time with uh, here in Tahiti. Actually, he was live here in person with me, and we decided to work together a little bit more. And we are doing this Clarity and Goals workshop tomorrow, 6th of February, which, like I said, is completely free of charge. So check that out on those links that I dropped down. If you are yet to sign, I would love to see you there. But without the further ado, what's happening today, and the reason, like I said, for this workshop is to give you a little bit of an idea why clarity is so important right now, why setting powerful, empowering goals, I think, is absolutely fundamental to be able to keep us on track, to keep us in momentum, and driving ourselves and our cause and our actions forward. Okay, so that's kind of the setup for this live. And like I've said, is before I jump into the content, let me just absolutely make sure that we are streaming live here on the LinkedIn side. I'm just gonna have a look quickly, and we are good. We are live, so that's beautiful. So why do I believe that clarity is such a key element right now, especially when it comes to goal setting? I truly believe that it is a precursor. We need to have a some amount of clarity. I'm not saying that we need to have 100% clarity before we can set goals or before we can move on. Most of the time, the clarity is not there 100% before we can move forward. And I think that's one of the absolute key ideas, that when I talk about clarity, I'm not saying that we need to absolutely have crystal clear clarity at all times, at all day. Most of the time, actually, it is a little bit of a hazy, it is a little bit of a foggy way that there are curveballs, and we have to go around the corners and under the bends and so on and so forth in order to keep going. If you are looking for 100% clarity at all times, then I think you must be dreaming a little bit, because especially in this day and age, that is just not happening. Unless, if you have that, that's fantastic, and then more than likely you are not going to join us tomorrow for the workshop. But the idea of, when I talk about clarity, is a precursor to have a right amount of clarity, to be able to set goals, to be able to then even further uh, uh, to have even further clarity once we set those goals and move forward. So tomorrow I'm going to be laying down a little bit of a foundation for clarity, and I have a 7-step kind of a process, if you will, that for sure is going to give you a little bit of clarity, a little bit of forward momentum. Because what's happening is, um, in order to gain that clarity, it is more of a state of mind, if you will. Clarity is a state of mind, and these goals that we set are more of an external game, if you will. So we're covering today. Tomorrow we're going to be covering the internal game and the external game. The clarity being the internal game, and the goal setting being more of an external game that helps you then to manifest those clear intentions out into the real world. So that's kind of the big picture, the big idea. And my 7-step process, there's obviously a whole bunch of 7-step processes all around everywhere. But mine is that each letter in the word clarity represents something. And I'll give you a little sneak peek into this, because the very first one, the C, is, for example, connect. We absolutely have to connect internally and then disconnect externally. We're living in the world today where there is a possibly way too much distractions. So when I say disconnect externally, I mean about those distractions. We really have to disengage from too much information and turn that tap down in order to be able to connect internally a lot better. For example, I cannot um, even start to talk about how much better and clearer my thoughts and my actions are when I'm disconnecting externally. That allows me to then connect internally. And what I mean by that also is that when I say disconnect externally, I'm just talking about a lot about social media, a lot about the digital distractions, if you will. And when I say connect internally, that means a journaling practice. That means a meditative mindfulness practice. That means going to the beach. That means going to the forest, and really helps you to open that awareness internally and see what are you made of, and what do you have inside of you. And then you're able to speak out those dreams and put them onto a piece of paper. For example, if it comes to journaling, journaling is one of those practices that I'm sure Mark Kaminsky also recommends pretty much to everyone. And also Tim Ferriss wrote a book about the Book of Mentors, where there are pretty much the best of the best from every single industry. And out of those people, out of those 160 or so people, almost 100% of them, they have a some way or form, some shape or form, mindfulness practice, or either a journaling practice. So I really highly recommend, when I'm talking about connecting internally, is to kind of, and this might sound a bit weird, but externalize those thoughts onto a piece of paper. When you write your thoughts down onto a piece of paper, you actually see what are you thinking. Because when you don't write things down, you're just trying to go through these ideas inside of your head, and it gets really small really quickly between your ears, as a lot of us probably know. So externalizing your thoughts onto a piece of paper, I believe, is a fundamental element that helps us to move forward. Okay, all right, guys. The then so what the flow of the workshop. So I'm gonna go. That's just the first one. The C is connect, and L is for leverage, and so on and so on. I'm gonna go through those tomorrow. So please join us. If you're jumping on live right now, please join us tomorrow for a free clarity and goals workshop on Facebook and YouTube. You got some couple of links there that you can find out how to join, where to find the event, and sign up that way. So my part will be about 20 minutes of the first part of the workshop, and after that, we are going to be doing a more of an interview type of session with Marek Kaminsky. And by the way, I'm just putting this out there on this live call that people that do not follow Marek, I would highly recommend that you go and follow Marek. Actually, what I'm going to do right now, it's a little bit of a cheeky one. I'm going to share Marek's Marek's. It's just this little small moment, and I'm going to share this link. Who is Marek Kaminsky, and why I think it is why you should definitely come tomorrow to check us out, because this person is someone that I recently met only about 6 months ago. But as soon as I met him, it's something. He's made of something different. This person is has something else in him. He is. I'm sure he's reading something else that. So this is his website. I'm gonna share his website right here with you guys. Um, he's made of. He's not made of different materials, but his practices and what he preach for, how he shows up in the world is just a tiny bit, a little bit different than most of us. So I'm just dropping the link here on the Facebook and on the YouTube, markkaminsky.com in English. Have a look of his profile. What he's done is second to none. Um, and also, I'm going to introduce him tomorrow a little bit differently. But this person is, first of all, written over 10 books. So a lot of the times when somebody writes books, especially like in the upwards of 10, 15 books, you're an author. But Mark also is a polar explorer. He's done something that not many people in the world, possibly no one, actually has done. So he has conquered North and South Pole unassisted solo during the same calendar year. That's something that is absolutely extraordinary um, uh, 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 accomplishment that it's just and just putting this out there, when you're an adventurer or when you're an explorer, a lot of the times that's what you do. But yet Marek has written books. He also speaks about 8 different languages. And just to add into something else onto the plate, he's also a a extremely successful entrepreneur. So he has built his company, he's sold his company, and so yeah. Anyway, so that's just a little teaser. Who is Marek Kaminsky and why I think you should definitely learn from him. And one of the key aspects that I truly believe that goes into his favor is that he has, I believe, built his all these accomplishments, if you will, that he's done and his quote unquote success. I think, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow, but the big part of it is because he's been able to set extremely powerful goals, and he's been able to reach those goals and go forth and have a plan in place to be able to endure the resistance and have that emotional resilience that help him to reach those goals and reach those poles, if you will. So join us tomorrow for this free Clarity and Goals Masterclass, where I'll be interviewing Marek Kaminsky tomorrow live. And then after that interview, that we're going to talk about goals and goal setting and his perspective for that. We are going to do a questions and coaching, so Q&C session, where you get to ask your questions, you get to hang out, especially with Marek live, and ask your burning questions as well. If it's about business, if it's about goal setting, if it's about how to gain more clarity, and so forth and so forth. So it is extremely valuable time tomorrow. We also do have a couple small invitations for you. We are setting up a mastermind group together with Marek that I will tell you more tomorrow. And I also have my private group coaching program coming up starting on the 15th of February. So those are the invitations that are out there for you guys tomorrow to get hold of. And there's a special prices available, special discounts available tomorrow for the people that only join tomorrow. And during the workshop, we'll give you a quite nice invitations for those. So really look forward to seeing you guys there. And if that's not enough, we also going to stack up the value tomorrow with a in the end of the workshop, we do a networking session. So about 30 to 40 minutes towards the end of the workshop, there will be a networking opportunity where you get to hang out with us. You get to more casually meet the other attendees and see what everybody's made of and what everybody's up to in the world. and how do we show up and spill out your dreams again and get connected to like-minded people, like-minded community, which I believe is one of the most, possibly most important parts of the of our current situation right now in the world. So if that's interesting for you, check out the links below of this video. Um, join us tomorrow. I would love to see you there. Check out the link on Facebook. Check out the link on YouTube. And on LinkedIn, I will add the event page again after this live call. But I would love to see you there. We have about 60 people joining us from the LinkedIn side. So possibly not everybody will come, but please do sign up because the spaces are limited. We probably, I'm not sure if we're going to fill up the room, but I hope we're going to go up to about 50 people or so. So it'd be really amazing if you join us. Like I said, completely free of charge, completely free event. Yeah, it will be super fun to do this with Marek. And yeah, like I said, all the links are down there. Check out Marek's profile. Leave us some questions beforehand if you have something. And also do take pen and paper because there's going to be lots of note taking and note making that I really highly recommend for you to do that. So that's it for me today. A little quick pop-up live. Hopefully that was inspiring. Hopefully that was helpful. Leave us a little comment below if that was helpful and if you are joining us tomorrow for Clarity and Goals free workshop in the Path of Change workshop series that is all about adventure, lifestyle, and performance. All right, have a beautiful day, and I look forward to see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.